Hey, friends and family, this is SP with another news nugget. Now, Quanell X is talking and he's telling some of the things that him and Brittany has talked about and privately that we did not know. Some of the conversation in detail and why he backed off and why Brittany didn't want him to represent her anymore. So you guys, let me drop that nugget. I need you to subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to always drop that nugget.
I've talked to Maleah's mom, Brittany, for countless hours on telephone and in person, spending a lot of time with her one-on-one. And from talking with her and asking her serious questions over and over, I would get some answers, but then answers begin to change. Then I began to ask her a question about, do you know where Maleah is? Did Darian tell you? There started to be serious hesitation in answering that question. And then she would say, well, I think I need to get a lawyer. And I said to her, there is no need for you to get a lawyer, a criminal lawyer, if you don't have anything to hide, if you've done no wrong. I said, your daughter's missing. You want to exhaust every avenue to try to find her. Why would you need a criminal lawyer?
And what did she say?
She really didn't respond to that. She just said, well, I think I may need to get a lawyer. And that's pretty much exactly what she went to do. And then I explained to her that I would always be by her side until she began to lie to me. And when I explained to her that I found out some serious information about abuse in the home, she first denied it, and then I gave her greater details of what I knew because a source in her family had shared some information with me in confidence. Then Brittany admitted that yes, Maleah was being physically abused by the stepmother, and that on more than one occasion she did help cover it up. At one point she felt Maleah needed to go to the emergency room because he had whooped her so bad with a belt. And yet he talked her out of it, saying, I'm not going to take the fall for this. And this happened on more than one occasion. I asked Brittany, I said, did he whoop her when she was sick? Also, she was a sickly child. And she said yes.
Did you ask her why she would have ever left this little girl alone with Darian?
I did ask her that. I asked her when I learned that he and her had an argument when she was on the way to the airport and at the airport to go to her father's funeral service in Massachusetts. I asked her, I said, we've learned that you and him were fighting about him sending inappropriate text messages and pictures to another man. And then she said, yes, I have the pictures. And he said she showed them to me. I said, ma'am, these are graphic photos. So how can you leave your daughter with a man knowing he's sending photos like this? He's physically abused your daughter on more than one occasion and asked you to cover it up. You've now found out that he was bathing her. Also, a little girl that's not even his, bathing her. Why would you leave your child with him? And she just said she didn't know.
Do you believe that the grounds of that argument could have led to whatever happened to Maleah? What you're saying, that he basically was exchanging photographs, which we have no way of confirming, but she apparently told you this, that there was an argument about these photographs that could have led to.
I saw the photographs. I spoke to his brother about the photographs. So I saw the phone numbers. They were actual photographs he was sending to another man. And I 1,000% believe wholeheartedly that when Brittany confronted him about it, going to the airport and leaving him at the airport, she refused to respond to any of his text messages. And about an hour later, he was texting her saying, it's an emergency, it's an emergency, it's an emergency, please call me back. I think he snapped when she said she was not going to marry him and exposing him as possibly being gay, that he physically snapped on a child that he had done this to before.
I want to reiterate, Brittany Bowens has not been charged with anything. We cannot confirm, Quanell, what you are telling us, but it is the first we're hearing about this. What do you believe happened to Maleah? Where do you think she is?
I believe that he snapped because of the argument that him and Brittany got into when she was headed to the airport. And I think the impact of her challenging him about being gay and finding that information out, that he physically abused Maleah again because she was there. And he had secretly brought her back home. I believe he snapped on Maleah. And I believe that he took her body and put it somewhere. And none of us knows exactly where that is.
Was Brittany different with you than she was in front of the cameras?
What was weird about Brittany, this is what was weird. And I want you to go back and research every ounce of footage that you can find in this case. She never not once said one bad thing or one bad word about the stepfather, Daniel Banks. Not even when police charged him with tampering with the corpse, meaning her daughter's body. Not one angered word, one emotional word, one bad word, not one. And that's one thing I never understood.
Did you ask her about
This man won't return your phone calls. He won't respond to your text messages. He won't even meet with you. And now he's been charged with tampering with a body, meaning your daughter, your own child, and you have nothing angered in you to say at all, publicly or privately?
Did you ask her that?
Absolutely, I did.
And what'd she say?
She just kind of shook her head, said she didn't know why. It was always, I don't know why. I don't know why. Why'd you leave your child with this man when you knew these things? I don't know why. Why are the things I'm getting out of you now and that we have found out that you're confessing to us about this abuse? Why didn't you tell investigators this? That would have been helpful for them in their investigation. I don't know why. I don't know why. It was always, I don't know why.
Once again, I say she has not been charged with any crime, but have you notified authorities about what you know?
I did after my last meeting with Brittany. And what she said to me that was so compelling that pretty much backed up some of what we had already discovered in this investigation. From a community perspective, it solidified what we kind of already thought happened. And that came from a last conversation I had with her. After that, I immediately went to the district attorney's office and met with him and told them everything that I knew.
How did they respond?
It was a productive meeting.
Are they going to look into these things?
I can't speak for the DA's office. I think they have to speak for themselves. But I find it absolutely impossible that they are not looking into it.
Was Brittany being questioned in the disappearance of her daughter? Did police pose any questions that led you to believe that they may have similar questions surrounding what she knew and when?
Based on what she told me, investigators asked her, because on the second visit, I instructed her to go down. I spoke with investigators, said she needs to share some things with you that she has not shared with you. And when she came back from that meeting with them, based on the line of questioning that they gave her, they are doubting her story also.
Where do you think investigators are with finding out where Maleah is?
I think a lot of it is dealing with blood testing from inside the home. But I think that we're all everybody's doing everything we possibly can. People have come into the city from all over the world to help volunteer and look for Maleah. Everybody's looking. Everybody's following all kinds of leads. And I think they're doing the same thing. They're just following whatever lead they get, trying to find out where's Maleah.
Quanell X, we really appreciate your time. Please keep in touch with us. Keep us apprised to more developments, because this is new information that we're learning directly from you with direct knowledge of Brittany Bowens. We appreciate your time. I'm going to bring in